I'm sorry, but it's 2025. If you say that you didn't respond because you were too busy, I don't believe you. Everyone has a phone addiction. You didn't respond because you didn't want to respond. People make time for what they want to make time for, and that's facts.
He didn't respond because he got what he wanted on the first date because you gave it to him, and then he probably blocked you, or he ghosted you, or he found another woman, or he's married, or he's already in a relationship. He probably had a girlfriend already. Maybe quit hooking up with dudes on the first date. Maybe quit meeting dudes online to go, behind a dumpster. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of choices you can make that are different from the choices you're making now. None of those involve adding more mascara. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to live your life. Just like you're not going to sit here and tell men how they need to respond to women that they really do not give a flying about. This isn't preschool anymore. This is common sense. If he's not texting you back, if he's not talking to you, if he's not interacting with you, if he's not taking you out on dates, if he's not spending time with you, then he doesn't like you. You mean about as much to him as a hobo. That's the reality. There is no connection between you and him. He got what he wanted and he's moving on. If he does end up sending you texts later on, he is trying to string you along so he can keep having access to what you're giving him. That's the reality to the situation. It is no deeper than that. You can't change him. You can't change these men. This is how they are. This is how they're going to treat you. Can you find an average guy to be happy with? Sure. And any guy would possibly date you, but I think we're well beyond that point right now.
There are people watching reels while driving and you think that this person wasn't on their phone? I don't know, man.
This is the trauma where women have literally been passed around for years, decades at this point. You have women that have been on the dating apps. They're 45 right now. They've been on them since like 2015. Maybe even sooner. Okay. They're getting in their 30s. These women are waking up and realizing that these men are not talking to them. These men are ignoring them. These men are only texting them back whenever there's some insinuation of bedroom activities, but they're not understanding why. The reason why is because they can, and is because you're letting them. The fact that they don't realize that they are enabling this behavior, and then they get mad at all men. They take this out on average men, by the way. This isn't some sort of situation where this woman right here is going to actually confront the man she's talking about. Absolutely not. Every other dude she will have in contact with dating apps in real life, maybe she meets through a family friend, or any other man she comes in contact with, there will always be in the back of her mind these little things that this one guy did, that if she thinks that this other guy is doing the same thing, then he's going to feel the brunt of all of those insecurities coming down on him because of that one dude before him. These are nice men. These are men that are actually trying to be in relationships. That's the craziest part. There are men out there that want to be in relationships with these women. Honestly, I feel sorry for these dudes. I honestly do. These women have no idea what's going on.
If they say they're not ready for a relationship, they are not ready. Even if they're flirting with you, even if they're making it seem like they want to be in a relationship, even if they're doing absolutely everything that makes you think that.
Yeah, and these men, just like I was saying before, these men are going to tell these women absolutely anything they want to hear. On the first night, they will tell these women that they love them, that they want to be in a relationship, they want to be married. This is it. The hunting is over. You found your man. These men do not care. These types of men that have just sort of turned these dating apps into more of like a min-max type of experience. This is something I've said in the past several times, where you really need to pay attention to what people do and not what people say. Perfect example. If you're dating this dude, or if you meet this guy, he's not showing you that he wants to be in a relationship with you, then he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. But the excuses these women give themselves, they want to change these men. These men just need to see what these women offer, and then they'll settle down with these women. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change what these men actually want to do, when in reality, these men have been doing what they wanted to do this whole time. Hooking up with random women, meeting random women online, lying to a certain extent, getting what they want from them, and then rinsing and repeating and moving on. It does not get any more complicated than that. These men do not want relationships. They're just looking for a good time. They might put on their dating app that they're looking for a wife. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay. Also, fellas, sorry for the jump scare.
If you're honest with yourself, you were never going to marry him. He was never going to be the guy that you married. So your options, honestly, were to break up now and be sad, or stay in a relationship relationship that you know you're not fully happy in, that you're settling in, that your needs aren't getting met in, and then break up in 5 years. He was never going to be your husband. So like, just accept the fact that part of the terms and conditions of a breakup is that you will miss them from time to time. You will.
This is something that I never agreed with, and I don't know if certain men know this, but this is something that definitely happens. Women will start dating a guy that is, you know, this man is looking for a relationship. This man is looking for a wife. He's a good guy. He's, you know, by all definitions, he is a great guy for a lot of these types of women. And these women are only with these men because they are bored. They're just looking for someone to fill the time, looking for someone to help them pay the bills while they are actually looking for their quote unquote husband, the guy that they're going to choose to spend the rest of their life with. So they're wasting these men's times. These men have no idea about this, by the way. It's not like they have a discussion. Yeah, we're just going to be dating until I find someone better. You know, these men have no idea. These men think that these women are committed to them. These men think that these women are devoted to them, and they're not. They've been lying this whole time. And this is the idea. This is a TikTok doctor, by the way, saying, oh, it's okay to be in this relationship, and then you realize that this guy's never going to be your husband because you found someone better. It's okay to just get rid of him. Why do you think men stop dating? Why do you think men stop asking women to marry them? Why do you think marriages are in the gutter? It's not because women have been saying no to proposals. It's because men just do not ask women anymore. There's no point. Every woman has this mentality where, oh, well, I'll just date this one guy until I find someone better. And this proves it right here. This is the enabling factor, by the way. This is what women say online. Oh, it's okay to do this. I just do not think that is good in any way. That's never sat right with me.
We'll have pangs of missing them. It doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. It definitely doesn't mean you need to get back with them. It's just what it is sometimes. So you're going to have moments of sadness. That's okay. And then you're going to have moments of clarity and saying, wow, I definitely made the right decision. And I'm glad I got out of that relationship because my future husband would never fucking do that to me and would never treat me like that.
Well, I think that's more of like a cope at that point. Okay, because a lot of times these women don't get married. These women do not have a husband at the end of their lifespan. There's no husband for them to be found. Then they start making the videos that they're happy that they didn't get married. They're happy that they have their cats. They're happy that they focused on their careers and they retired early. Now they have all this time to spend alone. That's the next videos that come up. And look, again, I've said this so many times, that is amazing. Now, if these women love being alone as much as I love being alone, more power to them, okay? However, I'm not the ones online spewing this rhetoric that, you know, I'm not, you know, needing a relationship. I'm not looking for a relationship. These women are obviously wanting one. They're obviously looking for one. They're on dating apps. Always look at what they do, never what they say. They will say they're not looking for something, all the while they're going to be downloading dating apps and chatting with 5 or 6 dudes, begging each one of them to get in a relationship.
If he wanted to, he would, is total BS. And here's why. Relationships, dating, it takes a level of communication. You're just assuming that this person is going to meet or understand your needs without having a discussion about it.
So this is the new rhetoric, you guys. This was always what you would hear online, and this has actually changed recently. So if you didn't know, if he wanted to, he would. Women don't like this anymore. Women do not like this anymore. They've realized that whenever they're getting their back blown out by Chad, they're enjoying that too much. So there needs to be nuance with this statement now, okay? Because if he wanted to, he would. Oh, it's nuance now, you guys, because this Chad, he could be having a hard time. There's so many different situations where maybe, you know, he could do it, but he just couldn't do it at that time. So you have to wait. You have to wait until he changes to do it for you. This is the new rhetoric. This is the talking points now. When women say if he wanted to, he would. Now, you guys know how I feel. I absolutely believe in this little saying here. You know, if she wanted to, she would. If she really liked you, she would text you. It's not too hard, right? If she really enjoyed being with you, she would possibly want to be with you. You know, the whole idea now is women have to sit back and they have to wait for all of these men to do things for them. Oh, well, if he wanted to take you out on a date, he would plan a date. If he wanted to buy you flowers, he would buy you flowers, right? He would buy these women flowers. Sure. You think these dudes are buying these women flowers? Not. They're not buying these women flowers. They're not doing anything except showing up at 2 a.m. and then leaving by 4. That's what these men are doing.
Then you're not communicating. However, if you have been communicating your needs and they're not meeting them, maybe he actually just can't meet your needs. It doesn't feel good, but it's the reality of the situation.
I've always enjoyed that statement. Oh, he's not meeting these women's needs. These men are not meeting these women's needs. That's a very funny statement when these needs evolve and change and morph and are completely exist only to manipulate these men in a lot of cases.
A lot of people are doing Hinge horror stories on here, so I want to contribute mine. This is one of the worst dates I've ever been on in my entire life. And granted, some people have had it a lot worse. This is nothing compared to them, but I'm going to throw in my story. So back when I was living in Florida, I was on a couple different dating apps. I was on Tinder, I was on Hinge, I was on Bumble. I was probably on all of them. And I matched with a guy whose pictures didn't quite show him. Like, it was really tough to make out what the man looked like.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and interject here in case a couple of you guys are wondering. Whenever these women say that they don't know if they were on all the dating apps or just a few of them, they were on all of the dating apps. They had every single dating app downloaded. They had multiple conversations going at the same time. It just baffles me how even in sort of these casual instances, these casual conversations, these women cannot help but bend the truth and lie. You know, they're never 100% honest. They're never honest with themselves. So how are they going to be honest with you?
And his bio was super vague. So I don't know why I swiped right, but something in me was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
We know why.
We ended up matching and setting up a time to go out for drinks at a bar that was like right up the road for me. I think I chose the location. And I show up that night and I see him standing in the doorway, and instantly I'm like, oh, this is not, like, there's no attraction. He wasn't my type. But I was like, okay, I'll just go. I'll sit for 45 minutes. We'll have a conversation. I'll feed my extroverted side. It'll be sweet.
Or let me translate that. Oh, well, he's already here. I'm going to give him to buy me a few drinks, maybe some appetizers, string him out for as much money as I can while he's here. I'm not interested in him. I'm just going to waste his time for tonight. And then I will ghost him and never talk to him again. I'm just going to use him for his finances for tonight. No big deal. That's the translation.
We get our beers and it's kind of crowded. So we go and sit outside at a picnic table. And I don't remember when it first started going downhill, but one of the things that sticks out in my mind is he had just moved from New York, and he used the word libtard in an unironic way. And then he started going off about politics, and we were very obviously not aligned in our beliefs. And the conversation just kind of kept getting worse and worse. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to be like, you know, as women we're taught not to make waves, and I was like, just get through this. And
this is something I've been seeing on TikTok and social media, mainly TikTok. I think Instagram as well. There's a few instances of this where these women are obviously very, you know, these are liberal women. They went to college. They have certain ideals. Everybody is allowed their opinion. Okay. But then they match with some of these attractive dudes, these attractive guys, these masculine men, thinking that these dudes are, you know, what are the odds that these dudes are going to be as liberal as they are? She's in Florida too, by the way. So what is she doing? Did she not think to ask the dude what his political leanings were before the date? Maybe that if that is so important to her, maybe she should have asked him that. But no, these women do not care. They just want the free food. They want the free drinks. Like she said, she was on several different apps. She had multiple conversations going, multiple dates planned, possibly, allegedly, supposedly, wasting this dude's time. She could have stopped it right there and be like, look, man, it was nice meeting you. I got to hit the road. Okay, good luck with your life and your political leanings. I'm out. And she could have made it super simple, but no, she had to sit there and really squeeze every dime out of this dude that she could. That's basically what we're seeing here.
I'm drinking my beer and I'm starting to feel a little bit fuzzy tingly. And then somehow the conversation like merged into astrology, which I enjoy. I don't put a ton of stock in it, but like, it's
of
fun
course
to
you do.
about. But this man was very into astrology. Like, he started judging my star sign, which I could have done the same back. Whatever his was, it fit. And then at one point, he asks me if I've ever kissed or hooked up with a girl. I think he said like I give bi energy or something like that. But it wasn't phrased very kindly. And also, what a weird thing to ask somebody on a first date. And I think I like nervous laughed and I was like, yeah, I'm bi, you know. It was awkward. And then we started talking about middle names. This man had a weird middle name. I'm not gonna judge your name. You didn't.
Wait, if you're bi, why are you dating dudes? Isn't that weird? If a woman is attracted to both men and women, why is she dating dudes? Why doesn't she just date women? Aren't women easier? Aren't they better to deal with? Aren't they less complicated? Don't they lie less? Aren't they less aggressive? Aren't they, more emotional intelligent? We can go on and on how women are better than men, right? Why aren't you dating women if you're attracted to both of them? Why are you wasting your time on men? Oh, wait, I see. I understand. A lot of times what these women will do is they will make men pay for the dates, obviously, because if two women go out on a date, who's going to pay? Who pays on those dates? Honestly, probably her, right? She'll be the one to foot the bill. So yeah, this is a chance for these men to kind of, court her, date her. She's never serious with these men. Like she said, she doesn't know why she matched with him. She doesn't know why she went on the date. She doesn't know why she didn't leave at the beginning of the date. She saw him at the very beginning of the date and said it wasn't going to work out. Oh yeah, well, no free drinks then, right?
Pick it, but like, His middle name was Goofy. His whole name was Goofy. And so at one point, we're in the middle of talking about something, and he leans in to kiss me. And I kid you not, my body reacted. And I went, oh, no. Like, literally, physically repulsed. And then I'm sitting there, like, kind of tipsy, like, oh, oh, sorry, you know, trying to laugh it off. But there was nothing I could do. So I looked at him, and I said his whole name, and I was like, I am not gonna kiss you. And he looked very defeated and very confused as to why he had been rejected. And then he was like, oh, well, maybe we could get another beer? And I was like, no, I'm actually gonna go. And I left.
Which is what you should have done at the very beginning. So she is repulsed because she led this guy on for the whole date. Probably was, you know, like she said, she was getting a little tipsy. She was giggling at his jokes. She was laughing. He was kind of, you know, rizzing her up. And then she's giving off the signals like she wants to be kissed. He goes in for the kiss, and what does she do? She says she backed away and she was repulsed. I kind of think she kissed him, and then she left. But you know what? I don't know. A lot of times these stories, they just kind of do not make sense. And we can start from the beginning. Why did you match with this dude? Even she doesn't know. She doesn't even know why she didn't walk away at the very, very beginning. When he starts throwing out these words that go against her political beliefs, she still sat there and kind of took it from this guy for some reason. Nobody knows. Be careful out there, dudes. Be careful out there. If you're trying to date, if you're trying to get involved with women like this, just be safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your finances. Do not waste your money on women like this. You actually have women out here that are attracted to other women, and they're dating men for their finances, just for the free food and free drinks. This is what's going on here. This is what you have to look for in modern dating, which is not even dating. It's all transactional. These women aren't looking for husbands. They're not looking for relationships. This woman's looking for other women too. Wake up and smell modern dating for what it really is. Even in a committed relationship, even when you do get with these women and they are committed to you, or you think they're committed to you, they always have their eyes open for the next option. They always keep their options open. A lot of them never even get off the dating apps. That's just the reality. But let me know what you guys think. Fellas, leave me a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.